Greetings. Now, I want to talk about awakening and how you can help wake other people up. I thought it's about time. Let's put something into context of what you can do in the world around you. The first thing that all of us have to do is to be totally honest with ourselves. If you can't say to yourself that you're a fool and you've been tricked by a control system, well, it's not much good to anybody else, because there is no shame in it, admitting that we've all been fooled in one way or another, often in many ways. It's only when you start to get rid of any preconceived ideas and start with a blank piece of paper in your mind, it's only then will you start to see the way things happen. Now, this has been amazing this last couple of weeks, really. I'm still getting used to this idea. I'm talking to people. It could be person to person, or it could be through Facebook. And I'm seeing colours in human shapes, and I'm seeing those colours change depending on who you're talking to. And if they don't accept these new ideas because they're clinging on to old ideas, their colours go very dim. It's quite amazing. They almost go grey. It's incredible. So human nature is a wonderful thing. So once you've got to a level where you think, look, I want to spread this message, I can see there's a problem in the world, I want to tell other people about it, and let's face it, there's numerous angles you can go on this. You could talk about smart meters, you can talk about chemtrails, you can talk about 5G, you can talk about vaccines. There is a whole host of topics, religion, nations, you name it. There's so much to this. Now, think about the way human nature is and apply that, because there's no one size fits all with this awakening. It's like buying a house or buying clothing. People will only accept situations and things that they can see themselves in. So, say for example, a new suit. If they don't like the look of it, the colours or whatever, there's no way they're going to even try it on. You're more likely to come out with a reaction, I wouldn't be seen dead in that. Similarly, with buying a house or a flat, people will only buy a property if they can see themselves in it. So it's about time that this same technique was applied. I mean, advertising is very good at doing it. They use it as fear, of course. If you don't buy this now, it's going to cost you X amount or whatever it happens to be. Or act now and you'll get this extra gift free, just to entice you in. Well, what about turning that round? What about talking to people about things they can relate to? So this is where understanding another person really comes into its own. Once you find the triggers of what they're concerned about, take an interest in them, find out what is their concerns, and then you can say, oh, did you know about this? And have you compared this against this? This conflicts with this. And you can use just mainstream information on that. You don't have to go into conspiracy theories. You don't have to talk about anything outlandish to people that they just will not accept. Just start with the basics. It's all about understanding. It's what you're projecting out. You want to know them. This is this concept of this me, which is not a singular. Me is the name of the soul. So everybody has a me within inside them. So you want to be able to picture yourself, your me in them, and they need to see their me in you, if you get what I mean. It's a simple tactic. Now, my technical abilities are absolute rubbish. Hence, the best I can do on making a YouTube video is just use a mobile phone to record me talking. This is why there is no fancy music, because I haven't got a clue how to do it. I can't even hook up a webcam to show you illustrations of things. So it's just me talking. So that is the ability. That is the limit of my abilities with anything technical. But an idea I'd like to put out there to some of you that are technically minded: these electromagnetic fields from streetlights and smart meters and things, is there no way you can reflect it back, build something that sends that signal back, and have some fun with this? Just an idea. Not that I'm trying to incite anybody, but it'd be interesting to see what would happen, I think. And because let's face it, we've got to take positive steps. This is not just the future of this group of people or that group of people. This is all humanity that is facing a serious problem, and it goes beyond humanity. If you look what's happening in the world to various species, white rhinos, black rhinos are now supposed to be extinct. The blue parrots from the Rio films are said to have gone extinct. There's just 3 examples off the top of my head that I've seen recently. I'm hoping that there's just small numbers that have survived, but it could very well be that these animals have gone extinct. Look what's happening with marine life. It's being wiped out. Australia now has a serious drought problem or water shortage. There's plenty of water for the corporate, for the rice fields, but not for people. Seems to be a repeat of Northern California with the water being turned off there. And what about the people in Flint? Was it 4 years they haven't had water, or they risk having brain damaged children from the lead that's still in the pipes? I believe that's gone through to a court case now. I hope that has been resolved. I mean, yeah, they're black people and they're poor people, but don't their lives matter? All lives matter, as far as I'm concerned. So, fuck it. This has got to be said. If humanity does not stand together, we stand no chance. All this arguing about what has happened in the past and who's responsible is irrelevant, because none of us are responsible for this. We've all been played by a control mechanism who works decades and centuries in advance with his plans. And it is very intricate. It is a huge picture. You cannot sum any of this up in one sentence. It's not an easy thing to explain. If you look at all the various facets to this, there is a big picture to this, and it is horrendous. The vaccines were the real reason for those. Most of you would not even, you would not believe it. But I'll say it anyway. It is to desensitize the human body for demonic possession. That is what it's all about. Now, a lot of you out there can say, oh, he's mad, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about, because I've researched this for myself. And when you look, let's put it this way, let's put a question to you. The tree of life, right, that is said to have happened, or said to have been growing about 60 miles in height, reaching up into the skies. It's in numerous depictions of the ancient world. So based on that, I would say it did exist. So if there was a tree of life and that has been cut down, and you no longer have access to the apples, which is supposed to prolong your lifespan or give you everlasting life, what's the next best substitute that you can think of? Because the only thing I can come up with to that is the life force of a newborn innocent baby. Now you wonder why there's all these vaccines being imposed on children, especially young children. I cannot find another logical reason behind this. It doesn't matter how outlandish it might sound. I'm going to have to quote Sherlock Holmes on this one. When you have ruled out everything else as impossible, whatever's left, no matter how incredible it seems, has to be the truth. Now, the truth will always stand up to questions. That if it is the truth, you can ask it and throw as many questions at it. And if you find that that truth is unyielding and it can answer every question that's thrown at it, it has to be the truth. That's all there is. That's all I've got to say on this video. There will be another one coming soon, so stay tuned. Or, as everybody else says, like, subscribe and share. Thank you.